my guest, Rocky Ramirez. Rocky, I really appreciate you taking the time, man.
No problem.
Now, I got to start off because before I actually met you, I had heard about you, and I had an interview with a gentleman a few weeks ago who had some comments. He had some things to say, and I just wanted you to give you the opportunity to retort.
Right. I saw that. There was more than a couple things that he said that I think I need to correct for myself and of course, the fans and people out there that look at, watching this combat sports and to watch this definitely taping. The first thing that I want to bring up is that fight that we had, with Freddie Sandoval. It was a draw. The judges scored it exactly how he said it, but in my favor. He keeps saying that he won the fight, and in fact, the whole fight, you can ask anybody there, any of the fans that were there, he was on his back the whole night, or I had his back. He never had a dominant position. It was a draw, but even the promoter saw that I won the fight, and that's why I got the win first. Now, if it was a draw, nobody would got to win first. But the promoter saw that I won, so he gave me the win first. I'd like to see how he can answer that. Second, he said he gave me 30 pounds. He didn't give me 30 pounds, I dropped 30 pounds.
Big difference.
Yeah. My bad and my fault for cutting 30 pounds. No fighter should do that. Maybe 10, 15 pounds, but not 30 pounds. So he didn't give it to me. And losing those 30 pounds probably was the reason why I couldn't put him away. I dominated him, but I couldn't put him away. Couldn't knock him out, couldn't choke him out. But this time around, if he'll fight, I'm walking around 199 right now, not 215 like I was at that time.
Right.
So it's going to be a totally different show, a totally different fight. He said that everybody in here, there's great fighters in here, and that they're talking about him. There are great fighters in here. There's UFC fighters, Strikeforce fighters, and everybody in this gym is big. But nobody was talking about, hey, Freddie Sandoval, he's a good fighter. Buddy, they were talking about how we saw you on the 10 o'clock news for Robbie Coles. Okay, that's what we were talking about. Or second, we were talking about how they're telling me to smash you when I fight you. So he needs to get that correct. No one's talking, how Freddie's great. But I don't know if Freddie thinks this is WWE or the MMA world, but I think it's what he's thinking. It's the WWE world. This isn't wrestling. So if he's trying to be the heel, he's doing a good job at it. I go back to he's calling out a lot of people in this interview he had. He called out Levi Stout, and then a statements later he says no one shut his mouth. Levi Stout shut his mouth, made him gurgle at the end of the first round, made him sleep, put him out.
When I first started doing these interviews, something that was important to me was elevating or increasing the integrity of the sport.
Right.
And something like this little verbal tete-a-tete that we have, it's dramatic, it's cool, but it doesn't really do anything to improve the integrity of Jackson's gym or of Freddie Sandoval or of anybody. And so my next question for you is, what can we do to absolve this little fracas and do it with integrity and honesty? Is it just going to come down to you and Freddie going back into the cage at maybe 190 pounds?
Yeah. We could do 185, 190, 195. But it just comes down. We just gotta fight. Let's just fight. I'm not gonna talk bad about him. I'm just gonna correct him. But I'm sure he's gonna talk bad about me. He's not around. People have been telling me that he keeps telling people I'm dodging him. I'm here to tell everybody I'll fight.
You're saying all Freddie has to do is make a phone call down to the gym and we can set this fight up.
And it's on. It's on. It's just on, Freddie. Let's just fight already. Let's quit doing this little drama, this little I want to be a superstar thing, you keep doing highlights of yourself up on YouTube, just get in there and fight, I'm just tired of people, they're always just talking about how great fighters they are, how they should be ranked, I would never tell people I need to be ranked, I would tell people, if you're going to rank me, cool, there's thousands of fighters out there,
Right.
And if you're thinking that you should be ranked because, you beat somebody who's a really, high caliber fighter, you just need to stop and maybe look yourself in the mirror and say, I need to watch what I say. you know, back to where he says, you know, someone needs to shut his mouth. No one needs to shut his mouth in all his fights. You know, I'll shut your mouth for you, Freddie. For you, for me, for about 100% of the New Mexico MMA fans that can't stand you. You know.
And I mean, you know, how do I explain this? I've known Freddie for quite a long time. I consider the man, you know, a friend. I respect him. I'm not trying to start anything between you or between him. But yeah, it seems like, for me, I would like it to be done. I just like to see you two in the cage, and it sounds like the New Mexico fans really want to see that. If you two were to get together and clash again, that'd be big time. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a different fight. A year has passed since we fought, and you know, I'm a different fighter. Maybe he's a different fighter.
You know, and I want to move on. I don't want to get stuck on this topic because I know you have a lot of things going on. You have a fight shop in Max Muscle Rio Rancho, is that correct?
Fight City Fight Shop, and it's located in Max Muscle Rio Rancho. So you know, you come in and get your supplements, and also you know, fighters come in and get fight shorts, fight shirts, gloves, everything.
Where do we find that?
It's off Southern and Unser in Rio Rancho.
I know your last fight was at the Duke City MMA Series 2 a couple months back. What can you tell me about that?
July 25th against Anthony Durazo. I won first round TKO, doctor stoppage. He was unable to continue. I fractured his orbital socket. So you know, that was that. After that, I did the Abu Dhabi trials in Nevada. I took third in advance. So just keeping myself busy.
You know, Abu Dhabi is kind of almost like a secret. Not many people know what it is or what it's about unless they're real burrowed into the scene. What can you do to inform our viewers a little bit about Abu Dhabi and about the setup and the tournament?
Abu Dhabi's a lot. It's an invitational only tournament. You know, a lot of the elite UFC fighters, you know, jiu-jitsu practitioners out there. You need to be invited. Like Nate Marquez in it. George St. Pierre's been invited. You know, great fighters, great grapplers. Don Ortega. A lot of New Mexico people. Mike Van Arsdale. So it's an invitational only. And then they have these tournaments, you know, in California and in Nevada. And you know, if you win, you go to the second round and you're an invite. You know,
so where would you say that stacks up against Grappler's Quest? You know, I've heard some people describe Abu Dhabi as the Olympics or the World Championship, so it's the highest level.
It's a prestigious event. You know, I mean, like I said, it started with just great, you know, those MMA fighters that have been fighting for a long time, you know, and built, you know, a good record, and that's primarily what it is.
What do you have coming up in the future? What does the future hold for Rocky?
Well, hopefully, you know, Freddie will fight me, and we'll have a fight, you know, coming up in a couple months. In a couple weeks, I'm gonna do the, you know, Grapplers Fest up in Rio Rancho. Just like I said, keep myself busy. You know, if it's not boxing, if it's not jiu-jitsu, grappling tournaments, it's MMA.
And so that Grapple Fest is in Rio Rancho next Saturday on the 12th. Is that correct?
On the 12th, I believe it's the Rio Rancho High School again. So. I know there's a lot of other fighters in the gym that are going to do it too.
Good. Rocky, Ramirez, thank you very much.
He said, she said, we said, it's complicated, sat down, what's that sound? I passed out, every now and then, give away everything. In the cage.